mother would criticize her appearance, would always be pointing out the flaws and comparing her to others. So that mother would control what that child ate. She would restrict what food they would put on the table, what she would eat. The child also faced shaming from friends and even toxic relationships. Made that child doubt their self-worth. The behavior of the mother is very cruel, and it can lead a child to be constantly struggling with diets. They might be losing weight, then regaining weight. Child can constantly be feeling inadequate or unworthy, and that child may be constantly striving for an unrealistic standard of perfection. As that child grew into adulthood, she then realized that she had the power to change her story and to address the emotional trauma that child discovered. She was body shamed, and the negative environment around food led that child, now a daughter, to emotional and psychological trauma. So that person decided to break free from the destructive cycle of body shaming. She decided to set boundaries with her mother after she had read a lot of books about personal development and learned how to be able to process her own feelings and to be able to build self-esteem within herself, and of course to develop healthy coping mechanism. She confronted the hurtful behavior that the mother has given her. The mother, of course, was in complete denial. It had nothing to do with the child. The daughter actively identified and challenged negative thoughts related to her body image. She constantly replaced self-critical thoughts with positive affirmations. She then focused on self-acceptance and giving herself the love. The daughter worked hard on accepting and appreciating her body. The daughter learned to value herself beyond her physical appearance. She focused on her strengths, on the talents she possessed, and of course, her achievements. Parents need to recognize and reflect on where their own body shaming behaviors may have originated from, which they could have come from the environment, they could have come from their past experience with their families, or their own personal traumas. But understanding the root causes of these harmful behaviors is so crucial in order to break the cycle and to create a much more positive environment for their children. There's lots of kids out there that are struggling with body weight. They're constantly on diets, constantly not feeling good enough. They're caretakers, the surroundings. It starts from somewhere. Parents must avoid engaging in body shaming and bad behaviors, and instead they should be promoting a healthy body image and a positive relationship with food. If you're planning to become a parent, it's crucial to teach your children to appreciate and love their bodies, emphasizing that appearance is only superficial. Their bodies are sacred vessels. They're carrying you into this life, for God's sakes. Children need to be encouraged to value and celebrate their inner qualities. And what are those inner qualities? Kindness, about their compassion, about their intelligence, about their creativity, and how resilient they have to be to survive in this world. True beauty and worth, that comes from within, and that the physical appearance is just a very small part of who they are as individuals. You need to be telling children that their bodies are all unique. We are all different, and we are all special, regardless of the shape or the size or any perceived imperfection. Encourage them to embrace their individuality and to accept themselves fully. Comparing themselves to others is unnecessary. That can actually diminish their self-worth. You need to be able to help your children understand that each person's body is different, and by them comparing their bodies to others, you need to tell them that that is an unproductive thing and it's detrimental to their self-esteem. Encourage them to focus on their strengths, talents, abilities, instead of comparing their appearance to other people. Teach children the power of positive self-talk. Help them develop an internal dialogue that uplifts and supports them, encouraging them to replace negative thoughts or self-criticism with affirmations that focus on their strengths and each child's unique qualities. Encourage your children to participate in activities that's gonna promote their body positivity. I try to sign them up in an art class, dancing, sports, a form of creative expression. Educate your children about media literacy and the way that unrealistic beauty standards can be perpetuated through media and advertising. Help them develop critical thinking to question and challenge these standards. Empower them so they can form their own positive body image. Their physical body is a vessel for the soul to experience, and they're just here to learn in this lifetime. Just as the soul goes through various experiences to grow and evolve, the body also undergoes changes and transformations. Imperfections such as cellulite, and I struggle with that a lot, or perceived flaws, they're reminders of the physical aspect of our human existence. They provide an opportunity for us to accept and grow from it. Help your children understand that perfection lies beyond the physical realm. Imperfections in the body are a natural part of the human experience. It does not diminish their inherent worth or their spiritual essence. Encourage them to see the beauty in the uniqueness of their bodies. Make them be able to appreciate their journey and the lessons that their souls are here to learn. The body is intricately connected to their mind and their spirit. Imperfections in the physical body can serve as reminders to nurture and care for all aspects of their being. Physical, mental, and emotional, and even spiritual health are all interconnected, and they're all equally as important. Everything plays a role. All these different selves play a role. By them nurturing their inner selves through a mirror of self-love and self-care, what that can do is that it can help them cultivate a deeper sense of connection and acceptance of their physical bodies. That inner transformation that they do is going to radiate outward, and it's going to be influencing the perception of themselves and, of course, to others. And we also need to be aware of self-compassion and self-acceptance, because these things become key practices. You've got to teach your children, whether they're on a diet, whether they're trying to do something, that they need to approach their body with kindness, and that their imperfections do not define their worth. You need to help them cultivate self-acceptance. And how do you do that? You need to remind them that their paths are on a unique journey, and that their physical bodies are just a vessel for learning and growth. This is all that remains at the end of the day. All the rest is superficial stuff. You need to help them by introducing the idea that true perfection lies in the inherent divinity within each person. Help them understand that they are already whole and complete as they are, regardless of any perceived physical imperfection. And by recognizing their own divine essence, they can actually transcend, overcome the societal standards and embrace the inherent beauty of their unique physical forms.